Greetings, dear ones. So there will be 2 webinars coming up, and I will talk about them separately. But first, I just want to tell you the background around this, why having 2 webinars. All the details will be found below and how to register for them. And I'm happy for all of those of you who already joined me. And so during the 777 portal, I spent all day in deep contemplation, in meditation, and I started to receive such strong downloads. And what I have been working on, or what my spiritual team has been working on with me, through me, for the last month, has been this clearing of the wounded feminine energies and the wounded masculine energies, to come into a complete divine union within. And this is what we all are going through, consciously or unconsciously, as the collective is going through. And this has, since the 777 portal, this has really ramped up. And I have ever since been receiving the downloads about the webinar and cleared my own programs around this, but also been clearing it for the collective. And I see it in all my sessions, the private sessions I have had in the last couple of months, last weeks. It's around this topic, as well as, so I have been clearing the energies through my body, so it has been very intense past weeks, but also very blessing. And so there will be 2 separate webinars. The first one is on August 5th. It is a Saturday, next Saturday, and that will be for my brothers out there, for you. It is for the men. The second one is 6th of August. It's Sunday, next Sunday, and that's for all my divine sisters out there. And I will now talk about them separately. So we start with webinar 1, the one for the brothers. And so during this 777 portal, what happened in the meditation was that the ruby red dragons came through, and I have never heard about them. I never connected with them. So I've been working with Mary Magdalene and the Mary Magdalene activation codes ever since. So Mary Magdalene is also the carrier and the giver of the red rose. And the red rose is activating our heart and our higher heart. It's returning us to unconditional love and this heart presence. So the ruby red dragons is very connected to Mary Magdalene. You can also call them Magdalene dragons. And they came through and they cleared these programs of the wounded masculine in me. And what they showed me very clearly is that right now, since the 777 portal, there is some men who are willing to go through this clearing with me and to activate the ruby red light codes. And that is a light code that they show me is activating right here in the physical body, in the energy field of the body, but also in the physical body. And that works as they will continue to clear this program in those men, and it will also be like a portal for the divine feminine energies to enter into this to earth, to the collective, and to be a vessel for these energies to return through them. And so this is for the ones of you who are ready to go on this journey to balance and to heal the programs and all the third dimensional programs that we see out here, out in our physical reality, is based on this wounded masculine distorted energies that has to do with power over, enslavement, violence, conquer, division, and so on. So I know that so many of us are ready now to see a change, to bring heaven to earth. And this happens through us. We need to dissolve these programs and transmute them through us. We cannot hold them. We cannot be the one who sustains them, but think that we want differently that we wish to see something differently out there and still have these energies. So this is for the brave ones. This is, I call to the brave ones of you brothers who are willing to do this journey. And if you are, it's so beautiful. And it showed me during that day that it was such few around this world who was ready. Many think they are ready, but they're not. But at the end of that day, as I continue to integrate these energies and do the work through me, there was many more showing up, and that's beautiful. So go through this journey is clearing these energies, is activating you to be this container for peace, to be this pillar of structure as all sisters, the women, the divine feminine, are birthing these energies back into the consciousness of humanity, into the consciousness of the collective. As Mother Earth is going through this journey as well, these energies are then able to be anchored into the ley lines of Mother Earth. And because it is when the divine feminine is returning, the divine masculine is able to be healed. And we will come into divine unity within, and it will be reflected into our physical, it will be reflected back to us. So if you are looking for this divine partnership, whether if it is romantic or business or just your soul family, or if you have this deep wish to step fully into your soul purpose, we need to come back to our hearts. There must be this union within the masculine and feminine energies for the Christed child, your Christed self, to be rebirthed through you. And this is when you align with who you are, and this is when you are able to be a vessel for that source, God, light, to shine through you and do what you are here to do. And stop. Finally, lay down your armor, your defenses, and your weapons, and to return to love and that state of peace. So, dear brothers, that is August 5th. And for those who really feel the calling and answer the call, I'm very honored, and I'm looking so much forward to journey with you and hold space for you. And I see you there. Thank you. And so the webinar, the second webinar, is for my dear sisters out there. And the 777 portal was such a great activation for me to even more fully receive the light codes of activation, the blessings of liberation from Mary Magdalene. And so I saw what was happening, and that is why this webinar for the men has to happen first, for them to clear these energies through them, for us to be able to more fully feel safe to release the patterns of this wounded masculine that we are born into, that we all have. That is the structure that is holding this third dimensional systems going, and what we are experienced to be our reality, and it is one of enslavement, it is one of fear, and it is one of power and power over. And it's now time for us to fully step out of this, dear sisters. It is a time to return to our empowerment, our light, to not do it on the with permission of the wounded masculine, or by following their rules, but to fully be here on our own terms, and to understand what it means to step into our power and to fully embody the divine feminine, to finally heal. So this patterns and programs of enslavement, of power over, and so on, and this deep-rooted fear, what it does is brings us a false sense of safety, and that is why we keep playing along, consciously or unconsciously. And what I was shown during the 777 portal, that Mary Magdalene, she took me on a journey, and she showed me one aspect of myself. And this was really new to me, because I've been working on these energies and healing these polarities for many years. So she showed me that most women, myself included, had this I call it the gardener, the guard, sorry, who is here because we still think we need this third dimensional systems to sustain us and to keep us safe. So we, even though we are longing for liberation, there is such a strong, both in us as individuals and in the collective, as such a strong guard that keeps us apart from this divine feminist, that keeps us disconnected, because this is what we know, and we don't know, and so many systems will collapse when we rise, dear sisters. And so what I had to do during this day was to transmute in love this guard who has kept me separated. And this was such a powerful journey, and I'm very grateful. I didn't know this. I didn't know about this. And she showed me how more or less all women has this. And she asked me to go through this journey with those of you, dear sisters, who are willing to dissolve the guard, to be the alchemist where these lower vibrational energies transmute through us. For we are the ones who shows the direction back to the heart. We are the ones, when we step into our divine feminine, that will heal the divine masculine, that will bring divine inner union. And it is time. It is time. This is how we birth heaven on earth. And this will be reflected back to us. So if we think we feel an imbalance, if we're longing for that true soul partnership, whether it is romantic or business or family, the sisterhood, or just our soul family, it is by bringing this inner divine union. And this, when this happens, we are birthed as the Christed self, the Christed child. And this is our true self. We realign with source, with who we are, what we came here to do, our soul purpose. We become fully activated with our highest potential, with the God seed within. And so what was really most shocking to me during this 777 portal, and ever since, I have continued to clear these energies for the collective, for you, for me, and for our children, for our brothers, through me and through my body. And it has been quite a journey. It's been very physical, and but I'm very blessed. I feel so humble. I feel so because this is so important right now, and it's such a blessing to release those energies. And I really didn't understand how deep they went, and how aspects of me, so many times I see that we want things to change, but we want it to be changed on our own terms, because we don't understand what is in the highest good for us and for all. So we think that it has to be in this way, and this is this strong sense of victimhood and being vulnerable. So we need to sustain these programs that isn't serving us anymore, and we need to go through this great leap of faith. It doesn't mean that we need to take physical action if you don't really feel called to, but to energetically release those energies. That is all that is being asked of us right now. And so this will take place on Sunday, 6th of August, and all the details are, you find them below. And just feel free to, in the comment field, if you have any questions, to reach out. And I hope to see you there. And I'm so very blessed and honored to do this journey with you, dear sister. Thank you.